Okay, Enter Viral is a group that I found first on YouTube that does lots of found footage horror films. Now, these are the no budget, filmed on like a weekend or in a couple days sort of found footage horror films. So I'm going to review a few that are the really short ones, and then a couple that are a little on the longer side. So it's called the haunted, either the haunted China doll or haunted doll. It's about 20 minutes. It's part 1, but I haven't found part 2. There's a guy who just moves into his house. He gets a really bizarre candy bar, and he does video of the surrounding area. If you look closely, you occasionally see a little doll like randomly placed, and it has a little feeling of malevolence to it, but you can tell that they did some. And I think if it had a conclusion, it might be better. All in all, it's decent for what it is. Very short, very no budget. It does kind of give the feeling that the doll is actually following him, and that's pretty good. Crackhouse. Kid goes into the forest to investigate a random house. It's Crackhouse, he gets chased away. It's a super short to the point film. Not bad. Now we get the two ones a little bit on the longer side. Well, the Rake, of course, deals with a monster referred to as the Rake. So you have a couple of guys who decide they're going to go out into the forest. No cell phones. Okay? What makes this one work is, I think they mentioned it was filmed with no budget and over a weekend. But they do this thing that I love in found footage horror films that you almost never see. They have sequences while they're driving in a car. And they do a lot of work in the forest. So you get 2 different locations. Stuff in the car is all establishing the characters, some of the ground rules, what they're trying to do. And the forest, a forest is a great place to shoot a low-budget film because there's so much places you can go. There's so much area to traverse. And again, kind of like with the haunted doll, you have to look really closely, and you'll see little glimpses of something that just doesn't make sense. It's not over the top, it's not overblown. There's just little like, did I see something? And if you scroll down, people in the comments for YouTube will actually have like annotated times you actually can see it. Again, nice job. It's like 45 minutes, so it's the perfect amount of length of time for this. Characters feel very fleshed out for it being no budget. Done very well. And the Covet. Only issue with this one is the picture shows a wolf and there's no wolf. That's the only issue I have with that one. Guy buys a house. Huge house, dirt cheap. But something is raiding his garage and the refrigerator. Calls over a buddy, sets up some cameras. Captures something. I mean, this is found footage horror. I'm not giving any sort of spoiler. They capture something. And this investigation is what that something is, where that something came from, what that something is trying to do. Good job in using multiple styles of cameras. A couple different locations. You have some of the house, you have the garage, you have other locations in the house, and you have pieces surrounding the house, which is good. A found footage horror film that has an almost like singular viewpoint or multiple cameras for different times, different styles of cameras, and actually goes to multiple locations. So it keeps the story progressing. It's not just somebody, sitting in a room. Like if I had an hour and a half of me sitting there with occasionally like a flash of light behind me, or if I were to cut in like he's like Brad Pitt, make it like Fight Club, you might be like, oh, I caught that a little bit here and there, but it might not be that scary. But taking a couple locations, a couple styles of camera, and making a much shortened, condensed film works very well. I'm looking forward to seeing some of the rest of the work that the antiviral people can do. Enter Viral, sorry.